All right, the big story that we are breaking right now, it's a big win for the Shinde camp. They have been given the bow and arrow symbol by the election commission. So after being out of power and losing several of their MLAs to the Shinde faction, it's quite a blow for the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena. It is the Shinde faction which has now got the bow and arrow symbol traditionally associated with the Shiv Sena since the time of it being founded. But that's the very latest, the order which has come from the Election Commission of India. Let's in fact go across and get more details of what the order of the Election Commission says about the bow and arrow symbol and why it has been given to the Shinde faction. Let's get a word in from Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan as well. Yes, Madhav.
Well, I'm reading out for the order where, in fact, the Commission says in its order that it's a 78-page order. It says that it was once again forced to rely upon the test of majority in the legislative wing for adjudicating the present dispute, the very basis of recognition of a political party in terms of percentage of votes polled in elections to the House of People, and of course the outcome of the majority test legislative wing, qualitative superiority of the majority test, which very clearly it talks about the larger number of MLAs and MPs supporting which faction, to be more specific. And then it goes on to say how the reasons why it has decided to allot this particular symbol. It says that in basis of foregoing the Commission in exercise of its power under Article 324 of the Constitution with paragraph 15 and 18 of the Symbols Order 1968 orders that the party name Shiv Sena and the party symbol bow and arrow will be retained by the petitioner faction, which is the Shinde faction. The name of Balasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena and the symbol of two swords and shield, which was allotted to the petitioner by way of the interim order dated 11/10/2022 of the Commission on this dispute, will henceforth be frozen with immediate effect and will not be used. It also further goes on to say that the petitioner is directed to amend the 2018 Constitution of the party in line with the Section 29A of the Representation of People Act 1951 and the extant guidelines issued by the Commission on registration of political parties inter alia conforming to internal democracy, and in view of the ongoing by-elections for Chinchwad and Kasba Peth of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, the respondent faction, which was allotted the name of Shiv Sena and the symbol of flaming torch as per the interim order in this dispute, is hereby allowed to retain the said name and the symbol till completion of the by-election.
Stay with me, Madhav. Let me go across to Mr. Altaf Khan as well on this latest order. He belongs to the Shiv Sena faction under Mr. Eknath Shinde. Altaf Khan ji, आपकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया?
ये बहुत महाराष्ट्र की जनता के लिए और देश की जनता के लिए बहुत ही खुशी का जो है वो ये मौका है और मोमेंट है कि हम लोग सब इसी की प्रतीक्षा कर रहे थे और आज ये सिद्ध हो गया कि बाला साहब की जो शिवसेना है वो किसकी है और बाला साहब की शिवसेना का जो चिन्ह पिछले कई सालों से जो उनका चिन्ह था वो आज हमें मिला है, तो ये बहुत खुशी की बात है और महाराष्ट्र की जनता इसके लिए बहुत ही खुश है और हम इसको जश्न की तरह सेलिब्रेट करेंगे।
मतलब अब जो अभी तक आपको नाम दिया गया था बाला साहेबांची शिवसेना, उसकी जगह अब एक तरीके से कह सकते हैं कि असली शिवसेना का नाम अब आप ही के साथ जुड़ा रहेगा।
शिवसेना का नाम तो हमको बाला साहब की शिवसेना का नाम मिला ही था और अभी आज हमको चिन्ह भी मिल गया है जो सिंबल। इसके बाद तो अब जिनको इस पे थोड़ा सा भी डाउट था कि ये हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं वो सही है या नहीं, आज वो सिद्ध हो गया कि जो शिंदे साहब ने जो उठाव किया था वो एकदम सही था और हर मायने में सही था, क्योंकि नाम भी हमें मिला है, चिन्ह भी हमें मिला है और जनता का आशीर्वाद भी हमें मिला है।
पर अब जो है, जो उद्धव जी जो हैं, उनको अब अपने टॉर्च के सिंबल के साथ चुनाव लड़ना पड़ेगा। क्या आपको लगता है कि उनको एक डिसएडवांटेज रहेगा आने वाले चुनाव में?
अगर उनके पास कोई चिन्ह हो या नहीं हो, उन्होंने काम ही ऐसे किया है कि उनको डिसएडवांटेज पोजीशन में ही रहना पड़ेगा, चाहे कोई भी चिन्ह हो उनके पास। और जिन्होंने जनता के साथ धोखाधड़ी की है 2.5 साल के उनके सत्ता के पीरियड में, तो उनको तो डिसएडवांटेज है ही है, एवरी एस्पेक्ट में उनको डिसएडवांटेज है, चाहे उनके पास ये चिन्ह हो या कोई और चिन्ह भी होता तो भी उनको एडवांटेज था ही नहीं।
But it had been argued by the Uddhav Thackeray faction that this was an amoral and politically manipulated exercise that was carried out by Mr. Eknath Shinde. Why do you think the decision still went in your favor when it comes to staking claim to the party symbol of bow and arrow?
See, it doesn't happen overnight. These things don't happen overnight. You have to understand that such decisions are not taken at anybody's whims and fancies, like Mr. Uddhav Thackeray does. This is a very thoughtful decision, and it was decided because what Uddhav Thackeray and his entire faction was doing. So this was done in the interest of state of Maharashtra, and people are standing by it. And whatever he does, he's just playing the game of crybaby, you know.
Okay.
He's going to keep crying about it, and we don't care what he says and how much he cries about it.
All right, Mr. Altaf Khan, thank you very much for speaking to us. Let me go across to Times Now's reporters, Rishabh and Arunil, both joining us live. Rishabh, before I come to you, a quick word from you, Arunil. Any initial reactions that you're picking up from your sources within the Uddhav Shiv Sena?
Well, they're going to definitely challenge it in the court. Uddhav Thackeray had made it very clear. Around a week ago, he had taken a press conference. We were there present. They had anticipated that from the Election Commission, at least, the decision is not going to be in their favor. And that is when they had repeatedly said that they do not expect the Election Commission to give a decision before the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court is also hearing the matter simultaneously. In fact, there is a reaction that is coming from Anand Dubey, who's the spokesperson from the official spokesperson from the Uddhav Thackeray camp. We should play out that reaction to get the present what does the Uddhav Thackeray camp feel after the decision has come in that Anand Dubey will be speaking about. However, Uddhav Thackeray anticipated this. All his leaders, when I was speaking to them, be it Arvind Sawant, be it Vinayak Raut, they were thinking about it. They had thought about it that Election Commission's decision is not going to be in their favor. And the Shinde camp, CM Shinde camp, was very, very confident because they felt that the numbers clearly were there on their side.
Okay, before you explain that, in fact, let me play out that reaction of Anand Dubey quickly. Listen in.
जिस बात का हमें डर था, आखिर वही फैसला आया। हम शुरू से कह रहे हैं कि चुनाव आयोग पर हमें विश्वास नहीं है, क्योंकि जब मामला सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चल रहा है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में दोनों पक्षों की तरफ से बहस अभी जारी है, कोई अंतिम निर्णय नहीं आया, लेकिन आनन फानन में चुनाव आयोग ने दर्शा दिया है कि चुनाव आयोग भाजपा का एजेंट के रूप में काम करती है, केंद्र सरकार के अधीन काम करती है। किसी पार्टी को आप तोड़ सकते हैं, आप उसे धोखा दे सकते हैं, लेकिन पार्टी किसकी है किसकी नहीं है यह फैसला तो न्यायालय में होता है ना, न्याय देवता करते हैं। जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मामला विचाराधीन है, वहां पे बात अभी चली रही है। आपने आनंद फानन में अभी ये डिक्लेयर कर दिया कि एकनाथ शिंदे की पार्टी है और चुनाव चिन्ह तीर धनुष उनका है। इसका हम निषेध करते हैं। पूरे भारत में अब सभी को विश्वास हो गया है कि चुनाव आयोग पूरी तरह से भाजपा के एजेंट के रूप में काम करती है और अब चुनाव आयोग पर किसी को विश्वास नहीं है। चुनाव आयोग अपनी विश्वसनीयता खो चुकी है।
All right, before I go across to Rishabh and Arunil, let me also bring in Ziad, who's giving us more details from the order copy of the Election Commission, which in fact we have accessed, and what the operative part of that entire order is. But very quickly, before we do that, Arunil, you were talking about how Uddhav Thackeray wanted the Supreme Court to decide and not the Election Commission.
Well, that is what I was speaking about, Padmaja. We had attended that press conference. Uddhav Thackeray had said that he does not expect justice from the Election Commission. He thinks that Election Commission is acting on behalf of the BJP, and when the matter is being heard in the topmost court
I'm sorry
of India.
To interrupt you. We've got Mr. Arvind Sawant with us on the phone line. Mr. Arvind Sawant, your first reaction.
It's absolutely conspired by the ruling party, and they were saying it since beginning that we are going to get the symbol and we are going to get the name of the party. Now the question is that if it is to be decided on the number of MLAs and MPs, then why the Election Commission has asked for affidavits of the office bearers and the submission of forms of the members of the party? Why they have asked for it? We have submitted 20 lakh members forms, and we have submitted around 4 lakh affidavits. And even then, whereas their party could not submit a substantial number at all, still they recognize them. If at all it was to be decided by the number of members of the Assembly and Parliament, then why they took so much of time? And that itself shows. Today, the Supreme Court has said that we will decide the decision regarding the case will be taken after from the 21st onwards. Then, the debate will start from 21st onward. What was the hurry for the it is to pressurize the Supreme Court also to diversify the and.
All right, we seem to be losing. Ms. Sawant, can you hear me?
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And secondly, it is not. Sorry state of affairs. It's a sorry word also will not be enough to substantiate what exactly they have done it.
All right. So you are basically saying that the election commission has functioned in a malified fashion. Rahul Shivale of the Shinde camp, or rather now of the Shiv Sena, now joins us. Mr. Shivale, Mr. Sawant, who's a supporter of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, member of parliament, he's saying that this is malified and it is quote-unquote bizarre decision by the election commission.
नहीं, अरविंद सावंत जी बहुत ही गलत कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो लीगल प्रोसेस है वो कंप्लीट नहीं किए और हमने इलेक्शन कमीशन हो या सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने यही चीजें रखी कि इनके पास लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स नहीं है, लीगल प्रोसेस इन्होंने फॉलो नहीं किए है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फॉलो नहीं किया हुआ, डेमोक्रेसी को फॉलो नहीं किया। तो ये सब पॉइंट पे ही इलेक्शन कमीशन ने ये डिसीजन दिया हुआ है। अगर वो लीगल प्रोसेस कंप्लीट फॉलो करते तो ये उनके साइड से डिसीजन आता था, लेकिन लीगल प्रोसेस फॉलो न करने की वजह से उनके अगेंस्ट से डिसीजन आया और उनको पता है कि उनकी लीगल साइड कमजोर है। इसके लिए हर टाइम वो मीडिया के सामने आके सुप्रीम कोर्ट मैनेज हो सकता है, इलेक्शन कमीशन मैनेज हो सकता है, ये पूरे गलत बयान मीडिया के सामने दे रहे थे क्योंकि उनका लीगल साइड स्ट्रांग न होने की वजह से, और इसके लिए वो ऐसे बयान दे रहे हुए।
अरविंद सावंत जी, गलत बयानी। अरविंद सावंत जी, आपको आवाज आ रही है? ऑलराइट, वी सीम टू हैव लॉस्ट द लाइन ओवर देयर।